Welcome everybody, welcome back to Flight Past. My name is Simon and we're continuing our talk on the Battle of Waterloo, and we have got to the morning of the 15th June 1815, and in the last episode I was trying to find where the left flank of Napoleon began their journey. Now Napoleon is here at a place called Beaumont, which I'm just putting into the electronic flight book, and D'Erlon and Rail D'Erlon is here at a place called Liers et Fostu, and Rail is back here at a place called Solre Sombre, and their mission is to attack on the left flank, head up this way toward between Binche and Fontaine-l'Evêque, and force the Zeiton's first corps, who is they're all picketed in this area here, force them back, and they will go back. And so this blue line is where we will end this discussion there. And we will do we'll try to keep to the left hand side as much as possible, but beware the middle column of Napoleon it will go through Hamse, Hore, or Thuez, places like that, and the right flank of Gerard will be on this side here, so they're sort of converging on Charleroi from the south there. So let's jump into the Huey. Ah, good guy, thank you very much.
Your transponder appears inoperative or malfunctioning. Reset squawk 6355.
We can't reset squawk 3655, we're about to crash. And there we have it. Right, so you're the co-pilot, so that was your fault.
FLP 1944. Your transponder appears inoperative or malfunctioning. Reset squawk 6355.
So like I say, on the evening of the 14th and 15th, the French columns are basically bivouacked in line in their on the column, and we we have the leading column of Rail, is at Liers Fostu, and D'Erlon is positioned behind him at a place called Solre-sur-Sombre, which we're going to head towards now, so you can see the distances. Van Damme would lead the central column, and he was at a place called Mazel. Let's just see if we can find Mazel. No, can't see that. Can't see that. I'll try and find that in a break at some point. He was so it's Van Damme in the lead on the central column. It's Lobai following him behind. Then behind them was the Imperial Guard, the reserve cavalry, and the artillery. The right column was Gerard's corps, and they are over at Philippeville with cavalry elements at Walcourt. So let's just jump out here. This is where the French column of de Erlon begins, and his mission early on was to support Ryle, and he was over here. His column was probably along this road down here. This is where he began. His first advance early in the morning of the 15th, they set off this column, and there they are heading towards Binche, which is on the other side of the Sambre. And Rail was advancing on these two towns coming up called Lobez and Thuin. So they're coming down this road here, and this is where we get a bit of a river, and the first contact with the Prussian advance outpost is here. De Erlon was going to push on to Binche, which was probably along this road here. There we go. So De Erlon would come along this road here. So there's Zush back here. This is where De Erlon's corps was. They would come up this road here, heading to a place called Binche. And what they wanted to do was cut off this Prussian route here, linking them up. So this is Rail's column coming up this way to these two places here at Lobes and Thune, cross the river here, get up onto the plateau, cut that communication road up here, there, and the other corps would attack Binche. What else we got? It cuts off the communication between Zeiton's corps and Mons, forcing the Allies, if they had to join up, to move around to the north. So getting back to the central column, they would just advance straight up from Beaumont. Would be somewhere in here. There we go. So the central column, you've got Van Dam leading with Lobau, and then the Imperial sort of train and reserve following behind. They would just advance straight up this road here into Charleroi. And the right-hand column would join in from the cavalry will move in through Walcourt, and the right-hand column under Gerard would move from Philippeville. As you can see, it's a little bit further back, and that will explain why they're a little bit late. But they would move up this road here, heading towards the right-hand side, joining up with the central column and trying to cross the river a little bit further up from Charleroi. Okay, so that's the plan of the French on the day. So the terrain you can see is great terrain for maneuvering in, but it does have steep valleys when we talk about the river. Very steep valleys, small crossing points. So these bridges here are important. But what they hope to do, if they could get across this river and get up onto the open plains over here, then they can utilize this plain to move quickly eastwards towards Charleroi. The other thing as well was D'Erlon wanted to get to Binche. We talked about that. So he's over this side. If he could advance quickly, and because he's starting from a position that is here very close to the river already, so he's across the river very, very quickly. He wants to advance down this road as quickly as possible, because if that's the case and he gets to Binche, then any outposts that are in the Thuin-Lobez area will quickly have to pull back, otherwise they'll be cut off. Rail and D'Erlon, Rail begins his advance at 3 o'clock in the morning. And so he'll start off from here. He begins at 3 o'clock in the morning here. D'Erlon to his left will leave at 3:30. And this line here is this town here is called Les Fostou. This is on the basically on the border of the day, so you can see how that border has changed since that time. We're talking here. Les is where Rail is. He crosses that at 3 o'clock in the morning, and D'Erlon is in this area around here, and he's going to cross very, very quickly, move across the border at Sars, and heading towards Binche. Now the Prussians actually have a warning cannon positioned at a place called Fontaine-l'Evêque, which is to the west of Charleroi. So we are talking here. This then is the position where a warning cannon is stationed. And presumably they might have used these churches as a lookout. These movements by the French were anticipated because we've seen the fires in the sky, and the cannon, it's reported, was fired at 3:30, and this gives a warning sound to members of battalions of the Westphalian militia, the Prussian Westphalian militia, and they are to assemble at a place called Monchin au Point. Now, sorry, I've done that again, but let me just show you that view if you missed it. Oops. It is difficult. That's the sort of view from this place where this cannon was, looking south. You can see the blue lines on the horizon. That's the a line of advance that a rail will be going along. So they fire this cannon at 3:30, and we're trying to now find this place called Monchin au Point. Now, au Point sounds like it's a bridge on a river. There we go. So Monchin au Point is just to the west of Charleroi, which, let me get so see if I can match this up, and a magical reveal. There we go. This is Monchin au Point. So this firing gun that was fired from the village, which is on the middle horizon there, meant that the Westphalia militia would congregate here, and it looks like possibly this bridge in the middle here is contemporary. This was a probably an important crossing point just to the west of Charleroi. Going back then, let's talk about Rail. Rail's moved up. He gets to these villages of this town called Thuin. Of course, this is an important crossing point because this bridge down here, probably not the big one, but the smaller one there. And there's also the Lobs, which is here, this bridge here. But let's talk about Thuin. This is fighting begins here at 4 o'clock in the morning. Rail's batteries managed to come up to this ridge above the bridge, and they begin to fire down on the Westphalian militia. So at this point, of course, the Prussians' mission is just to slow down the French as much as possible, to allow the army to congregate at Sombref. And these narrow streets here of Thuin, protecting the crossing here. You've also got the narrow streets of the sister village of Lobs, just down here. This is the first line of defense of the Prussians. And as you can see, there's very steep sides. These roads were important to control to get across the bridge. So these you couldn't get artillery down these slopes without going over this bridge here. So let's take a break there. And when we come back, we'll continue the story of the French advance on the 15th of June. Thank you very much for watching this. If you're on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and all that sort of stuff. We're a very small channel, and we are growing. We're trying to grow. I know there is sometimes a little bit rough on the edges, so trying to improve all the time. If you've got any suggestions on how to improve, please leave the comments politely below, and I will reply to all of them. And I'd like to say a big hello to Orange. Hopefully you're still watching, and you're now into more like 24 hours of watching. Big shout out to Horse with No Name for your wonderful feedback, one that I am trying to take in. I am new to this sort of game, not used to talking to myself, so hopefully I will get better as we go on. Remember, if you want the stream to be better, you can join in the stream. It's a community thing. If you've got any ideas where you want to see, where you want to go, if you think I've said something wrong, if you think I've got a date wrong, if you think you've got some interesting thing to say, just say it. It doesn't matter. It's all basically something that we can share. Do not be worried as well if you're watching this in the future on YouTube. Say something if you've got an interesting fact, even if you don't think, if you think I might have said it before, just say it, because it's a good thing for me to use your notes to bounce off and keeps things going. If anybody wants other things explained, I'm a keen amateur historian, so I will go and try and check sources and things like that. I try to keep everything as real as possible, but we are talking Napoleonic history. I've got a big shout out to all the authors and historians out there for what you do, and I will do a whole episode at the end of this of all the references that I use to gain this information, and you end up picking bits from everybody basically when you're studying this sort of thing. So there we go. There's me waffling again. I'm trying not to do that. I'm really sorry. I will see you in if you're on Twitch live, I will be back in a couple of minutes, and if you're on YouTube, I'll see you in the next one.